magic in tonight's video is created to help you get the tingles, 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 core magic gonna give you tingles, core magic gonna give you tingles, core magic gonna give you tingles, 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 core magic gonna give you 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 tingles, 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 So for the first trick tonight, I will be requiring the help of the 1, 2, 3, 4 aces. Now we really could have chosen any 4 of a kind, but let's face it, the aces are the coolest, the coolest, 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 coolest. So, of course, we have the ace of diamonds. We have what tends to be the majority of people's favorite ace, the ace of spades. Then we have my favorite ace, which is the ace of hearts. And then we have the ace of clubs. And I'm going to set these all just up there. Now, what I am going to attempt to do is something that only magicians can successfully do. And that is, I am going to try and take out each ace one at a time, flip it over and put it back in the packet, and I will do it all invisibly. So I actually just did the first ace right there, and if you don't believe me, well, let's take a look, shall we? As you can see, we have the 1, 2, 3 aces with one of them flipped over. Let's try this again. Let me take out the next ace, flip it over, and slide it back in. And as you can see, we have 2 aces with the other 2 flipped over. Let's try this again. Next, we'll do this with the ace of clubs. I could actually have my spectators see the ace of clubs going into the packet, face up. They could even push it in themselves if they so wish, but either way I can still take out the ace of clubs invisibly, flip it over, slide it back in, and as you can see we have 1 card, my favorite ace actually, the ace of hearts, that still needs to be flipped over. Let's try and do this with the ace of hearts next. As you can see, I take out the ace of hearts, flip it over, and slide it back in invisibly. And now all 4 aces have flipped over. Now, being a magician, you would expect me to be able to bring the aces back and flip them back over. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Let's start with the ace of hearts. I'll pull it back out, flip it facing up, and then slide it back in. And as you'll see, we have 1, 2, 3 aces face down, and then my favorite ace of hearts face up. But wait, I'm going to try something even more magical. Magical, 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 magical. Are you ready? And just like that, I have the 2, 3, and 4 of hearts. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. And I know you're probably wondering, well, where are the other aces? Well, any magician will tell you that they're still in the deck. But no, I'm not an ordinary magician. I know exactly where in the deck the other aces are. In fact, I believe the first ace is about 26 cards down. And the next ace is about 13 cards down. So I've pulled out 2 aces, there's still 1 more to go. I don't know if you remember, we managed to successfully get the 2, 3 and 4 of hearts, and we had my favourite ace of hearts. Well, this is why why it's my favorite ace. Watch very closely. You ready? Just like that, it manages to produce the ace of clubs through itself. And that is a very fun trick called expectation versus reality with the 1, 2, 3, 4 aces. So I hope you all enjoyed that first trick in tonight's magic video. Tonight I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 magic tricks, card magic tricks to help give you the tingles, But before we jump into it, I just wanted to thank you all so much for the support lately in these Magic Mondays. You guys have been absolutely killing the numbers, whether it be views, likes, and comments. So I thank you all so much for that. Let's see if we can continue this 500 like goal. You guys smashed it last week. So let's see if we can hit 500 likes again. That would be absolutely incredible. And in tonight's video, I will not be doing any tutorials. There will be 5 tricks, all performance, no tutorial. So let me know if you would like to see a video in which I do tutorials only. But without further ado, let's get in to trick number 2. So in this next trick, I'm going to be talking about people shuffling cards and different types of ways to shuffle a deck of cards. Now, before we get into the different types of shuffle, I want to show you guys my favorite shuffle, which is the generic riffle shuffle, which I can guarantee you guys have probably seen before. It looks something like that, and it essentially mixes the cards like so, and it is probably one of the best shuffles you can perform. However, I'm going to show you guys through taking out all the spades from this deck of cards. I'm going to be showing you many different shuffles I have seen in my years of playing card games or handling decks of cards, performing magic tricks, all that kind of stuff. And I want to show to you guys specifically why some of these shuffles are not the greatest shuffles. So, one of the shuffles I have seen many people do is just take cards from the top and deal them to the bottom. And although this might seem random, they're not really doing too much to shuffle up the packet. It's not the greatest shuffle, and it's not really random. The next shuffle I've seen a lot of kids do actually, and I think it's because they struggle to do some harder shuffles, is take small packets of cards or just take some cards and deal them on to the table or onto the floor. And although that's slightly better and slightly more random than the shuffle I just did, it's not too different, and it's still not a completely random shuffle. There's one my friend did the other day that just made me laugh out loud, and he took the cards and out-jogged or took out every other card, so every indifferent card he separated from the card it was between and took out and set on the top. And I, after visualizing that, just realized that's kind of a reverse riffle shuffle. If you imagine it that way, it's not really a shuffle. And finally, there is one that you might have not heard of, which is called the Australian Shuffle, which is, well, just the most annoying shuffle when people do it. And it's when people take cards and set them down and then set the next card under the packet. one down and one under. You get it? It's Down Under Australia, Down Under the Australian Shuffle. And this shuffle just takes way too long. And again, it's not random. It's not a great shuffle. It's just a bit of a nightmare to have to do. Now, whilst you might think all of these are shuffles, they're not random. And this is where I prove to you that they're not random. Watch. After performing all of those random shuffles, you can see these spades, or the suit of spades, have gone back into order. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King. And that is just some of the shuffles I have seen. Okay guys, in this next trick, I'm actually going to be doing something that I've done a couple times in these Magic Mondays and everybody seems to enjoy them. So that's right, I'm going to be doing another interactive card trick. So if you want to do this trick along with me and have a little bit of fun, then quickly pause the video, run and grab yourself a deck of cards. It doesn't have to be a complete deck of cards, it's okay if there's a couple cards missing. But go and grab yourself a deck of cards. If you're watching this video as the premiere, then quickly run get one now whilst we're rambling. But once you've got yourself a deck, come back and we will do this trick together live at home through the screen. It's pretty crazy, right? Okay, so have you got yourself a deck of cards? Perfect. Now when you've got your deck of cards, I want you to go ahead and give it a bit of a mix. Shuffle that deck up, get it nice and random. Okay, perfect. Have you shuffled up your deck? Nice. Now the next step I want you to do is split this deck into roughly 3 equal piles. Now the best way I've learned to do this is try and cut about a third of the deck and set it down, and with the remainder of the deck just cut that in half, and that will give you roughly 1, 2, 3 equal piles. Now next up I want you to pick one of these piles to be your pile. Now you can pick whatever pile you want. I'm gonna go with the middle pile, so that's gonna be my pile. And with your pile, again, you can give it a good mix up if you want. It's completely up to you. But with the pile that you chose, I want you to go ahead and select any card you want from this packet. I'm going to go for the 2 of clubs. So, select a card. You can pick whatever card you want. It really doesn't matter. Now, what you're going to do is remember this card. It's important you remember this card because this is your card. It's always annoying when you have to perform a trick and you get to the end and the spectator's like, what? I forgot my card. So, remember this. Don't forget it. Yours is probably something different from mine. But flip your card over and set it at the bottom of your packet. Like so. Okay. Still following? Good. Because next up we are going to spell your card by dealing down cards with your packet. So let's say you pick the 5 of spades, you're going to spell 5 of spades. Let's say you pick the Queen of diamonds, you go Queen of diamonds. In my case, it's the 2 of clubs. So I'm going to spell DWOFCLUBS and set the remainder of the cards that you have, if you have any, back on top, just like so. Now make sure when you spell your card, make sure you don't forget the little of in the packet, so go through, pick out a random card and flip it over. For me it's the 9 of diamonds, for you it's probably something different. I mean, if it's the 9 of diamonds, then wow, that's a trick itself, eh? But once you've selected a card from here, go back to your packet and again spell out that 9 of diamonds or whatever that card is there. So for me, N-I-N-E-O-F, don't forget the of, D-I-A-M-O-N-D-S, and set the remainder of your cards back on top. Now this whole bit up here was just a bit of a distraction. Like I said, a lot of people forget the card they selected, so hopefully you've not forgotten your card that you picked at the start. For me, it was the 2 of clubs. Pick up your packet, and for the 3rd time you're going to spell a card, and this time you're going to spell the card that you were remembering at the start. So for me, 2 of clubs, D-W-O-O-F-C-L-U-B-S, and again pop the deck on top. Now if you have done everything correctly, exactly like I have, exactly like I have, the top card here should be, are you ready? Your card. How crazy was that? Completely random. You picked whatever card. We could have dealt completely different things. This was a random selection. We could have picked any card again, but that card right there should be your card. Let me know in the comments down below if this interactive trick worked on you. If it did, then I think that deserves a thumbs up. But I hope you did enjoy that. Let's jump in to the next trick. Alrighty. This next trick is called follow the leader. Follow the leader, follow the leader, follow the leader, follow the leader, follow the leader. And it only requires 10 red cards and 10 black cards. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 red cards. You can go and count that back, and 10 black cards. And again, you can pause it, count the cards if you don't believe me or don't trust me. But what I'm going to do is set the black cards on the bottom, right? And we're actually going to put these into 2 piles. We're going to have a black pile and a red pile. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 10 black cards, we'll pop them just up there. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 10 red cards, which I will set up there. Now, as this is called follow the leader, I do need to set a leader for each colored packet. So let's go with the black packet first. Let's see. No. Oh, the 2 of spades. Yes, that would make a very good leader. That is going to be the leader of the black packet. And the leader of the reds. Let's go with the 3 of diamonds, yeah. 3 of diamonds, why not? Now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to turn the red packet over and the black packet over. And here's where the cards will follow their leader. You see, as I turn these cards over, they will follow the leading color of their packet. So the red will meet the red and the black will meet the black. Are you ready? Watch. Whoa, the blacks went to the blacks and the reds are going to the reds. How magical is that? Oh, what? You're not too impressed? Okay, what else could I do? You know what? Let's switch the leaders around. Let's see if the cards still follow their leaders. Oh, they do. Are you impressed? No. Let's try this one more time. Let's switch around these packets and see if they still follow their leaders. You can see they still do. amazing, but I'm going to try and top this off by doing one final thing, and you're probably picking up on what it's to do with now. That's right, it's to do with the paperclip that has been sat up there the entire time. You can see what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the paperclip on the 10 of clubs to mark the fact that that is the 10 of clubs, okay? And we'll set that down in front of its leader and set down the the ace of hearts in front of its red pile. And you know what, we'll mix things up one more time, just like that. We'll switch around the piles. So we had the ace of clubs over here, was it? But watch. That still switches to its card, the ace of hearts. It still follows its leader. And oh, it was the 10 of clubs, wasn't it? That still follows its leader, even though we marked the 10 with the paperclip. Welcome to the very last trick in this week's Magic Monday. And I'm going to round off this week's Magic Monday by performing a mind-bending mathematical card trick. And I guarantee you, if none of the tricks have fooled you so far, then this one is the one that will fool you. And I say guarantee, and that is because, well, fun fact, I study maths, and even after being able to study maths, or after studying maths for several years, even I don't know what or how this trick is done. So, if anybody else has any good ideas of how this mathematical trick is done, then please let me know, because it absolutely baffles my mind. But let's get on with the trick. So I am going to be using my Bicycle Ice deck, for those wondering. And for this trick, I do not need the jokers, so I'll get rid of them. And I'm going to give the deck a good mix up as well, because I get a lot of comments saying, oh, I bet you're not shuffling the deck properly. I bet there's false shuffle as well. Look, hopefully this is good enough for you. No setups whatsoever, okay? Now, I do need to select a card, and I'm going to give myself a few possibilities of cards to pick. Let's go with all of these, right? Now, I'm going to pick one of these cards, just one, and the one I'm going to go for is going to be, let's go with this one, the 10 of diamonds. That is our card, okay? And I'm going to lose the 10 of diamonds in the deck, like so. I'll give it a bunch of cuts, bunch of mix-ups, like so. Now, here is where the mathematics comes into the trick, because what I'm going to do next is I'm going to turn over the cards into piles, 4 piles to be exact, and as I flip the cards over into their pile, we are going to count down from 10. So I'll go 10, 9, 8, 7. And if I turn over a card whose value matches the number that I read out loud, then we will stop that pile and move on to the next pile. In this case, aces are worth 1, jacks, queens and kings are worth 10. And if we get a pile that has no matches, we'll mark that by setting a card face down on top and move to the next pile. Alright, if that doesn't make sense, the best way to demonstrate is by actually showing you. So we go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that pile there had no matches, so we set a card face down. 10. There we go. I I said a queen, jacks, queens, and kings are worth 10, so that is a match. Pile 3, we go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No matches, so we pop a card face down and we move on to the last pile. 10. There we go, another match, 10. So, now that we've done this, we are going to add up all the values of the cards that are face up, so the ones that add matches. So we add 10 and another 10. So we do 10 plus 10, which is 20. And with our cards, we are going to count 20 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and the 20th card is my 10 of diamonds. So guys, that is it for tonight's Magic Monday. I really hope you did enjoy all the tricks in this week's card magic video, and hopefully they gave you the tingles, 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 tingles. Card magic give you tingles, gonna give you tingles, gonna give you tingles, 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 tingles. So, if you did enjoy, as I said guys, be sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can hit 500 likes again on this video. And if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to show your support by dropping me a subscription. If you're not already subscribed, then please do, because it would be greatly, greatly appreciated. We are so close to 15,000 subscribers. That is mental. And I actually have a very fun video planned for that, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you want to see in these Magic Monday videos. If there's any ideas of things you want to see, drop them in the comments. And without further ado, I will see you all in the next Magic Monday. Good night guys, good night guys.